Hello, everyone. Welcome to Big Perspectives on Big Changes, real-life experiences of the LSVT Big Intervention from individuals with Parkinson's disease. My name is Liz Murphy, and my two colleagues are Emily Prescott and Haley Sine. We are graduate students in the occupational therapy program here at NAS. Our research advisor is Dr. Kathleen Stocklosa. So just to start off with a little bit of background information for you all, Parkinson's disease is a progressive neurological condition that affects many aspects of an individual's function, including the way that they move and can perform their daily activities. Parkinson's disease specifically affects the amplitude and control of an individual's movement. This means that the messages sent from the brain to the body are received with less force and clarity, resulting in the affected person's movement to be smaller and less controlled than usual. These weakened signals can cause signs such as tremors and shakiness in the hands, difficulty with fine motor movements, shuffling feet when walking, decreased balance, and even a softer, more whispered sounding voice. The Lee Silverman Voice Training for Movement program, or LSVT BIG program, was developed to help retrain the brain and body to have stronger, more coordinated signals in order to help movements be normal again. By having a person engage in exaggerated large movements in many different directions and planes, the brain will receive stronger messages from the body. The brain can then interpret those exaggerated signals and minimize them. This will improve control and decrease the exaggerated movements down to appear more normal, as opposed to the diminished patterns of movement resulting from the weaker signals before. At the bottom left-hand corner of our poster, you can see an example of one of the exercise movements. The LSVT BIG Intervention includes an intensive 4-week therapy program with a licensed occupational therapist or physical therapist, as well as a home exercise program. From our literature review, we found that currently there is lack of qualitative evidence pertaining to the LSVT BIG Intervention. While there is evidence pertaining to quantitative measures, such as changes in testing scores as a result of the program, there is little research regarding patient perspectives on outcomes of the program, such as how they felt it helped or hindered their function, or how they managed compliance to the home exercise program. So, through our research, we asked the questions: do individuals with Parkinson's disease experience a change in perception of their abilities after experiencing the LSVT BIG Intervention? And what supports and barriers impacted their compliance with the home exercise program? As practitioners, it is important for us to ask these kinds of questions so that we can be sure that the interventions we are giving to our patients are not only work, but are meaningful to their lives as well. For our study, we conducted 6 individual semi-structured interviews and 1 focus group to ask individuals who had received the LSVT BIG Intervention to share their perspective on how the treatment impacted aspects of their body function and their ability to complete daily activities, as well as what supports and barriers they found helped or hindered their ability to complete their exercise program at home. We used convenience sampling and recruited 3 female and 3 male participants between the ages of 56 and 83 years old, who had received LSVT BIG treatment from a licensed physical therapist at a local outpatient therapy facility. My 2 colleagues and I then transcribed the interviews and used in vivo software to identify major themes regarding the perceived changes in function that participants reported on, as well as supports and barriers to their compliance with the home exercise program. Now I will turn it over to my colleague Haley to elaborate on some of these results.
The most prevalent themes that emerged throughout the interview process regarding perceived outcomes following the completion of the LSVT BIG program are depicted in the pie chart under the results section. Increased awareness was discussed across multiple domains in terms of sensation, motor performance, and cognitive awareness. The participants explained they learned to anticipate or identify issues associated with their performance of certain tasks of daily living and how to properly implement BIG strategies to improve safety and ensure success. The majority of participants also expressed an increase in confidence following the completion of the LSVT BIG program. The participants discussed they were more confident in their abilities to independently complete instrumental activities of daily living, such as laundry or meal preparation, and fine motor tasks such as handwriting. Balance was also among the most prevalent themes discussed. The majority of the participants mentioned they experienced a decrease in falls and near-fall experiences due to feeling more in control over their bodies in terms of balance while walking or using the stairs. The participants were also asked to discuss the supports and barriers that contributed to the level of compliance with the home exercise program. The factors affecting the compliance with the home exercise program are listed in the chart. Social supports, space, and repetition were all discussed as contributing factors of success in terms of compliance with the home exercise program. Friends, family, and practitioners were among the most common social supports mentioned that served as a source of accountability and motivation to complete the home program consistently. The majority of participants also reported that space was not an issue. The exercises could be performed in a variety of contexts. The repetitive nature of the home exercise program also served as a motivating factor for compliance. The exercises were described to be fairly easy to complete successfully without compromising their mentality or energy. Time, physical fatigue, and mental or emotional factors were all considered as barriers to the compliance with the home exercise program. Time was deemed to be the greatest inhibiting factor among participants. The home program fell short on their list of priorities. Some participants explained that exercises just simply did not fit into their daily routines. Feelings of fatigue associated with Parkinson's disease, as well as other underlying conditions, also served as a barrier. Participants explained during off days they had to preserve their energy for more important tasks. In addition to physical fatigue, mental and emotional health often prevented participation. Mental fatigue, depression, and feelings of sadness were common underlying factors that contributed to decreased motivation. Now I will turn it over to Emily to further discuss participant quotes and implications.
Our 6 individual interviews and 1 focus group yielded many notable quotes from participants that provide insight into the impact and experience of the LSVT BIG intervention. Participants reported improved awareness, confidence, and physical abilities. To describe changes in self-awareness due to the BIG program, participants reported, "I find that I am more aware of situations. Number 1, I'm more aware of situations that can make me fall and make me susceptible to falls." And someone else commented, "I credit BIG with making me or allowing me space to be able to better process what is happening and anticipate." Participants expressed increased confidence by saying, "I felt a lot stronger than when I went into it. I was doing things that I wasn't sure I could do before." And another participant said, "I think it gave me more confidence to go out and just be my biggest self." In expressing their improved balance, one participant reported, "I haven't fallen in a couple months now, which is good." Someone else said, "I do stairs with much more confidence because of the BIG program. I put my foot down. It's an intent. I am mindful of what I am doing." The results of the improved awareness, confidence, and balance are improved occupational performance, or ability to engage in activities throughout the day that are meaningful to oneself. This is exemplified by participant 4, who reported, "My therapist translated BIG into things I do every day or routinely, and that was very helpful to think about the exercises, the home exercises. They're useful, but I think I found them most useful when I could see them in terms of doing something with that exercise." Participants also commented on the supports and barriers they encountered when completing the home exercise portion of the LSVT BIG intervention. Participants commented on social support, environment, and repetition as supports to implementing the home exercise program. One participant reported, "My husband cues me all of the time. If I'm carrying dishes from the family room upstairs, he says, 'Go big, honey, go big.'" Another participant said, "The program was great, very easy to do on my own at home." And someone else said, "It's just so simple and rote that it's muscle memory." Fatigue and time were barriers to completing the home exercise program. Participants reporting, "With the progression of the disease, lots of fatigue, lots of periods of feeling extremely weak and saying, 'Well, I can't, this is not the right time to push my body through these exercises.'" And someone else said, "It's not how I feel, it's how busy I am." Our study has implications for clinicians to assist clients in overcoming barriers in complying with the home exercise programs of the LSVT BIG intervention. Adherence can be improved by providing downgrades for home exercises when feeling fatigued and by providing suggestions on how to incorporate the home exercises into preferred daily activities. Therapists can also be mindful of strategies that have worked for others and offer these as another means of supporting home exercise program compliance. We would like to extend a big thanks for listening to our research presentation. We hope you learned something new today. Thank you.